Okay, so let's take a look at how you can install MemeCached on Google Cloud. So first thing, make sure to sign up to Google Cloud account, then set up a project and also enable the billing. If you are in trial mode, you can continue to use this within your trial credits as well, right? Now the next thing would be to taking a look at your compute engine. So we go to top navigation menu, then compute engine, and then VM instance. When you are setting up VM instance for say something like MemeCached, you will have to use marketplace, because by default when you create instance, the current Linux setup would be with empty option and there won't be any pre-installed software as such. So we go to marketplace, and here from the right drawer you will see option to set everything for free. Once you do that, you will also have to think of MemeCached as option. You search for that, and when you search you will find Google has one setting which allows you to one click deploy into GCP, right? When you select this, you will also see the prices. On the top of that there will be also the information related to instances. So you need master slave, which can be 2 CPU, 8 GB memory, right, and 20 GB disk. So it will cost you a bit. So I'll try to trim this down to minimum so that you would be able to use as a normal option, right? So you can reduce the price here that is listed. So let's click on launch. Now this will take us to updating of the configuration on VM page. After that we will click launch again so that it will check for APIs, and then it will take us to deployment mode. Right here you can pick the instance anywhere between 2 to 20 for MemeCached servers. You can give the custom name for deployment or let Google do this for you. I picked zone west 1 based on Google's suggestion, and none of these options I have selected on my own. So only change I will do is try to reduce the memory, right? So we will cut down to 1 CPU, 4 GB memory each for this, right? So if we look at other options, we have 20 GB disk, so that's good enough. Then we will be allowing TCP port 11211 for the traffic. There is also option of stack driver, right? So for monitoring and management for services containers application, we can use stack driver. You can use that for logging, monitoring, and that also works. You can then deploy it on the server and things should work, right? Another thing is you have to also understand the part where you can choose the CPU series E2, N2, N2D, and N1. These are the type of CPUs that you would choose, right? Like this, you can take a look at all the options that goes into deployment and configuration, right? So here we will take a look at network, subnetwork, external IP. So here ephemeral will be listed when we go for deployment. So all the features are pretty easy to understand and easy to deploy, right? So our goal is to let the deployment proceed. Once it does, we will be checking out option on either this Cloud Shell, or we can open this in SSH mode. We will then run some commands to test our OS. In this case this is Debian 11.6, so we will be running those commands and then run the MemeCached. So let's deploy this to see how it works. You will also find that you are in deployment manager, so at the end if you wish to remove the resources you can do so. As you can see, you will be checking out all the messages right over here. I will be opening another tab where I will check the instance of VM over there. Right here I can see compute engine, and for specifically compute engine I can select VM instance, right, and over there I can select things, right, and there are 0 and 1, two instances running right now, and here deployment is complete as well. It will show you a bit of warnings, you can check them out. Also here you get the option that you can SSH to a MemeCached server. So I can check what are my options. I can open in a browser window, can open with another SSH client or gcloud command or through custom port, and also using provided private SSH key. So I get the option to choose here. So let's click on open SSH to a MemeCached server in browser. So it will open something like this. We can also take a look at the instance respective IP addresses by clicking on these instance and going to their ephemeral IP, right? So let's go and wait for SSH in browser. It will authenticate and give me the access to Debian terminal, and from there I can verify MemeCached server. So few things I want to do before I can go with the setup is I want to test the CPU. So ls CPU, I want to check whether it is exactly as we added in configuration, right? It has your CPU, two vCPUs, right? And another thing is checking the options, right? Now let's take a look at, let's see, host info, if it's installed. If not, we will just see that there isn't any installation of that command. I can only use lscpu, lsplk, and we can, right, and there you go with the disks and its respective size. Now let me clear this again and we can move on to, let's say, MemeCached server, right? So we will type in MemeCached, and there you see the command not found. We may have to telnet into it. So clear and then telnet, then we have to use localhost and then 11211. Okay, telnet command not found. Let's just do telnet, and it seems like the command is not there. So sudo apt install telnet. So okay, so it seems like, right, okay, now it's installed. Let's clear this. So telnet, and we can use localhost and 11211. Hit enter and it is trying to connect. Now here I can type in version as first command and it will show you 1.6.9. Next is I will use stats to see all the possible stats from MemeCached. Look at that, all the process IDs, version, everything is listed, right? If you can see this, that means you have managed to install SSH, MemeCached in your Debian instance. Okay, now that we have tested our MemeCached, you get the idea how to create a VM instance from marketplace item that has MemeCached server. Make sure to install it with that particular VM instance in compute engine, and then try and create that instance, and then we will deploy and then finally try to access it through telnet. After your usage of instance is done, you can click on delete by going through your VM instance, click delete, and it will start the deletion process. Then we will come to our deployment manager where we will be deleting what's left of it. right? So let's wait for this to delete. It will take a bit of time, considering the installation is one of the part, then removing it is another, which often takes a bit of time. Now that VM is deleted, I will go to deployment manager to delete the remnant, and then click delete, and all the resources from the disk will be deleted, right? It will take another few minutes or even seconds in some case. Once deleted, you can rest assured that you won't be billed any further, right? So we managed to complete the part on how to set up the instance, how to create the MemeCached server, how to work with commands, and so on.